18. President Trump says the U.S. will leave Iran in the near future, but not now, and the administration pushing back on claims made by a top intelligence official who resigned today in opposition to the war in Iran. Joining us now in studio is White House correspondent Iris Tao. Iris, good afternoon. So tell us, what is the president saying about Iran?
Sure. So the president today is really projecting confidence, and not only in the Strait of Hormuz, but also in the overall timeline. He says it won't be too long before the Strait of Hormuz is secure, as the U.S. is, quote, knocking the hell out of Iran's coast. He's also saying that the U.S. will leave Iran, quote, in the near future, but also adding that the timing will not be now. He's also saying that the U.S. has done enough damage in Iran that he believes it would take Iran a whole decade to rebuild. And here's him speaking today with the Irish Prime Minister earlier in the Oval Office. Watch.
If we left right now, it would take 10 years for them to rebuild. But we're not ready to leave yet. But we'll be leaving in the near future. We'll be leaving in pretty much the very near future. But right now, they've been decimated from every standpoint.
And we know that President Trump in recent days has been calling on countries, including China and European countries, to help with the U.S. efforts to secure the Strait of Hormuz. And here are some updates on that. President Trump says while most of the leaders in Europe told them that they support his efforts in striking Iran, but they are just not willing to help. And he's also saying that while he no longer desires help or needs help from NATO countries, the U.S. is taking note in their response this time around. Look.
They agree fully. Nobody said, oh, you shouldn't do it. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 1 month of when we had the B-2 bombers bomb the nuclear potential. I call it the nuclear dust. I think NATO's making a very foolish mistake. And I've long said that, I wonder whether or not NATO would ever be there for us. So this was a great test, because we don't need them, but they should have been there.
And Ken, Don, to illustrate the point here, Senator Lindsey Graham, who spoke with President Trump earlier this morning about NATO alliance's lack of willingness to help, he says he's never heard the president so angry in his life. And of course, we know that remains to be seen how President Trump will react the next time around that NATO countries ask for help.
And as well, Iris, President Trump announcing today that he's going to delay his trip to China. What he's saying there would change.